So today I'm going to introduce the GCM lower skid plate for the DesertBoy XL as well as the DesertBoy 17. And this is how it goes. You'll see here on the bottom of the truck the new skid plate has no holes. There's no mounting brackets on it at all. It's held on by these two tabs. There's one on the top and the bottom that fit into the side of the chassis right here. There's a machined area on the bottom of the DesertBoy chassis to accept the skid plate tab right here. Now the skid plate hooks into the front, actually underneath this area of the plastic skid plate and behind the aluminum. As well in the rear, you'll see it's the same situation in the rear. So the skid plate actually hooks into the plastic and it sits in front of the metal skid plate. So the procedure for removal is pressing in on the back area and then you slide the skid plate forward. So here's the unit here. As you can see, there's no mounting holes. And if you look at the chassis, this is what you would expect to see without a skid plate. And there's no cross brackets on here. There's no need for any of those parts on this setup at all, because the skid plate simply clips into the front and it clips in the back and it hangs on these two tabs right here. So to install the plate, you install the rear of the plate first. This is the back of the truck. And the plate simply slides in like this. And then you line up the front so that you can push the front down underneath the plastic skid plate. So I'm just going to push that in, move it back a little bit, and then once it's in there, you have to push the skid plate forward, and you can just hook into it with your thumbnail here, and you'll hear it click. That's the end. There you have it. There's no screws, there's nothing to do. It's perfectly flat on the bottom. There's no way for it to come out. It can't be removed because it can't slide anymore. It's now locked into the front and rear. And if you look at the bottom of the truck, it's just perfectly flat with the chassis. And that's the DesertBoy skid plate installation technique.